Sorry about that, guys. Hi, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the show. Welcome to ItsKim Live. If you've not seen this show before, hi, I'm ItsKim. I'm a pop culture commentator. I love to talk about stuff that I care about in pop culture. I'm a huge fan of Britney Spears, but we're not going to be talking about her too much today. And I also love talking about mental health and psychology. And I think that's probably where we're more going to end up today. So that's a fun. This is going to be fun today. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm pretty sure this is going to be our last show before Christmas. So I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I will probably see you guys next week. I will let you guys know what the schedule is going to be. We're going to figure it all out from there. I think a lot of it is going to be dependent on a few things that are going on in my personal life, and I will fill you guys more in on that later. So, how are we doing today? I'm seeing the chat. For those of you that have never seen this show before, this is a live interactive show. If you are watching on the replay, don't worry, I got you covered. I'm glad you're here. You can check out the timestamps below, and that'll allow you to kind of jump around the stream to wherever you want to go, or you can watch the whole thing in full. Hello, my replay crew. It is good to see you. And hello to everybody who is here. I am seeing lots of people, and the support is already coming in, you guys. Oh my goodness, which to be honest with you, I really, really do appreciate today because I will be amazed if we get through this show without getting demonetized. um it's gonna be a thing. So that's just it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. So Shauna, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships right out of the gate. You are incredible. I so appreciate you. Thank you for the support as well. General Scott, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Again, just so much support that you always give, and I so appreciate it. Mason Bennett is celebrating 3 months of being a space angel, saying happy holidays, Kim, love my fam, and the UK. Well, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Happy holidays to you. And Katie Artist 94, thank you so much for the super sticker. I have to open up the stream and see which one it is. Unless you can tell me, producer sister, which one it is. Hype. Thank you so much. That's so cute. And Hen Solo. Hello, Hen. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that for the 10 gifted memberships, which brings us before the first 5 minutes of the stream up to 25 new members. And I'm so happy to let you guys know I got the notification today. Thanks so much to your guys' generosity as well as your support and investment in me. We are now a community of 500 strong space angels. And I know that that would not be possible without you guys and the generosity that you show to each other. And I thank you so much that you have done that. It just makes me so happy. I cannot believe that there's that many people that, are doing all this stuff, and it means the world to me. I also do just want to say thank you so much to Heather, who sent me a PayPal saying sensitive subject demonetization fund. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. We're going to do our best because I will say this. Hello, YouTube human reviewer. In the words of Elaine,
I'm trying.
I am trying. I think we're all trying, but this topic is very very difficult, and I have a lot of personal feelings on it, and I'm going to get into that after we get through all the facts because I know you guys are here partially because of this thumbnail. And I know that this was big news yesterday and everybody and their mama was talking about it, which they should be. And I'm glad to see that they were. But I really struggled with this of wanting to go through it. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I just saw Hen Solo just gifted another 10 memberships. My goodness. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I think while I go through this topic, I am going to have to ignore the chat for a bit because it is going to derail me. And I've got to be, I've got to be on it. I've got to be on it, and I hope you guys will explain why or understand why as I explain. But thank you so much. Okay. So for those of you, I'm going to talk more about my feelings on this later on. But for those of you that don't know me, let me change the layout to the way you guys wanted it before. Okay, there we go. For those of you that don't know me that well, or maybe have just recently started to follow me, I have been very open pretty much from day one of being on YouTube that I am a survivor of what I'm going to call CA, CSA to be specific. And I have a condition called CPTSD that affects every part of my life because of what I experienced. And I have made a very public and deliberate decision to be open about that. And not because I believe that it is my identity or I want people to feel bad for me or blah, 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 blah. But it's because I think that this disorder does not get the exposure, the the public conversation that it needs, the understanding that it needs, the compassion that it needs. And when I was diagnosed, I knew one person who had it, and I had seen what this person had gone through and how difficult it was for them to navigate life with this condition, and the ignorance and how difficult it was for them to be able to explain themselves and all that type of stuff. And I think for me, seeing somebody who was open about it and also was proof that you can get through it. It is possible to live with this condition. And there's a lot of research out there that does suggest that it's not. And I can tell you that that is incredibly discouraging for someone who has just been diagnosed and is dealing with everything that has gone on. So, because of that, I've also noticed that people don't want to talk about these things because it makes people uncomfortable. And that has led me to a place where I get a little bit bitter about that because there is a part of me, and I guess you could call it the sarcastic, angry part of me that just kind of goes, "Oh, you're uncomfortable with this? Oh, is the thing that I have to deal with on a daily basis that impacts every part of my life uncomfortable for you? Is our existence and talking about these things uncomfortable? Because I guarantee you that it is nowhere near the quote unquote discomfort that millions of us have and suffer in silence. And I refuse to be part of that. I refuse to suffer in silence and to pretend that everything is fine and that I have a happy smile on my face when that is not the reality. And it would be very easy for me to just say, it's awful. Look it up on your own. We're not going to talk about it, but we need to talk about it. And I truly believe people need to be aware of how bad this can be. And a huge reason that I really wanted to cover this case in the first place was because not only is this about, you know, CA, I'm going to say, I believe that this case is also very heavily about religious trauma, which again is also unfortunately a bit of a part of my story and is something that I see very regularly dismissed, and people do not understand how serious it can become and how damaging it is. People just brush it off and they ignore it, and we can't do that. We can't do that. So that's uh that's where I'm at, and that's why we're going to go through everything. Um, Now that being said, yeah, we got limited. We got limited right off the bat. Hi, requesting review. I haven't even said anything yet. I'm sorry, YouTube human reviewer. Is my experience and my story not appropriate for your platform? Because that's a little bit embarrassing.
Well, they kind of just proved your point.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. I have not said a trigger word. I have been fair with what I've said. I don't think I've been inappropriate. And again, like I just said about the whole, it makes us uncomfortable and we don't want to talk about it. Every time you look the other way, you enable this to continue. Every time you silence people when they talk about these issues, what you do is you empower the people doing it to keep doing it. So who are you going to support? You going to support people like Ruby over here, over there? Cuz she made you millions of dollars while exploiting her children and now we see where we are? She was fine. But me talking about this is not? I hope you guys understand my frustration and why I think that that is garbage. So here we go. Ooh, okay. You got it, Emily. You got it. You got it. I'm not shutting up.
Linda wants the red light.
Oh, Linda wants red. No, we're not going to do red lights. It makes it really hard for me to read, and I got a lot of reading to do. All right, here we go. Sorry. Okay, so this stream will include, obviously, speculation and opinion from myself and should not be taken as fact. Always do your own research. I do have the document that I'm going to be addressing in the description in my doc. Okay, so the full uncensored court document is in there. And I ask that if you're going to read through it, that you take care of yourself. But I am going to try to explain what the document contains as far as the charges and what has been revealed in the most respectful way possible. Okay, so there's that. Hi, YouTube Human Reviewer. I'm trying. I've said what I've said. Please do not send hate to anybody, viewers. And also, there is links in the description for helplines, all that type of stuff. If you need support, because this is going to be triggering for a lot of people, please do not be afraid to take care of yourself. Please don't be afraid to reach out to people that can really help you. You deserve it. And we're going to get through this. Okay? Here we go. So yesterday, I'm gonna leave this here for a second so we don't have that stuff up yet. Yesterday, or I guess Monday night, it was Monday night, the full plea deal for Ruby Franke was released to the public. Now, this surprised me because my understanding with the plea deal was that part of what Ruby was kind of going for here was that if she pled, then the evidence that they have against her is not going to be used against her in court. So like all the things that she did would likely, not come out, essentially, that it would all be to do with Jody, that everything would become the Jody show. And then this document dropped. And in this document, we get into the specifics of the 4 charges that Ruby Franke has pled guilty to. Now, I stress this, that she has pled guilty, meaning she has admitted that this is true. She has admitted that these things happened at her own hands. This is not, and this is the thing, I can't even say alleged anymore because it's not alleged. She said that it's happened. They have the evidence that it's happened. This is real. What we are about to read is real. So here we go. The plea deal gets into the details. Child 1, I'm not going to use his initials, male, aged 11/12. During the time, it does look like the events we're about to talk about happened starting in May of last year and then concluded around the time that the children were found after the male child escaped. So we know now, according to Ruby, that the child was forced to do physical tasks for hours and days at a time, including wall sits, physical labor, in the outside heat in Utah in the summer for all hours of the day and days on end. While he did this work outside, he was not allowed shoes, which caused injuries to his feet. The sun caused serious burns to his skin. The child was also denied water regularly. He was denied all forms of entertainment, including books, notebooks, and electronics. He was given very plain meals while others in the house ate normal meals. That should say meals. That's a typo from me. Sorry. And the child was isolated from other people. So, what we're seeing is this child being forced to do physical labor for heaven knows what in unsafe environments and basically being treated, in my opinion, like a slave. She made her son her slave. So, yeah, that's the first bit of it. The child tried to run away in July, and after trying to run away, he was punished by being regularly bound and tied to weights. And the details of how he was tied, I'm not going to go into um the specifics of it, but I would consider the way he was tied up to be barbaric. And these bindings cut into him to the point that there were injuries sustained to his muscle tissue. These were not light bindings, and these were the injuries that were treated with homeopathic remedies and duct tape. Okay? We're not done. The plea deal states that the child was hurt by a foot, Ruby's foot, wearing a boot. You can fill that in for yourself. The plea deal also states that the child spent time underwater. And the plea deal also states that Ruby used parts of her body to cut off oxygen from child one. This is all encapsulated in count one. In my opinion, this is beyond CA. In my opinion, this is AM on multiple occasions. So I just want to make it clear that this woman, who was known as a parenting coach, in my opinion, tried to unalive her child multiple times. And that was the mentality that she had under the direction of Jody Hildebrandt, who also counseled many other parents. And I need you guys to keep this in mind as we go through it. This is, as much as what has happened to child 1 and 2 is absolutely horrific, and I'm going to talk about them a little bit later. I need you guys to understand how far this could have gone. This affected so many more kids than just these 2. And that's my opinion. But I don't think that it's I don't think it's an uncalled for opinion. Producer sister, do you like, you know what I'm saying? It's just
When she's counseling parents.
yeah, when you're counseling parents and this is what you're doing, I'm going to assume, right?
It's not a big leap.
It's not a big leap, and I stand by that. Okay. So we move into the other charges. Child 2, female aged 9 years old, was subjected to similar circumstances as her brother. She was forced to work outside in the heat barefoot, which caused repeated injury to her feet. They're talked about in depth in the plea deal. She was also denied food and water. Now, the other 2 charges were to do with the emotional A that these children sustained. The children, male 11/12 and female 9, were told that they were evil, and I'm going to say that the devil was inside them. It starts with a P. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word on here, so I figured I might as well censor it because I'm trying. I'm trying. So that right there is religious trauma right there. The children were told that the punishments were necessary in order for them to repent of their evil. So you're programming children from a very young age that they are bad and that they must atone for their badness by being punished and experiencing extreme amounts of pain. That is going to cause so many issues for the kids as they grow up of like the deprogramming that will have to happen. Because the other thing I need you guys to understand when we're talking about this, part of the reason why RT is so awful is because people that are in these, what I'm going to call high demand faiths, tend to have a belief in their afterlife. What we're talking about is not just in this lifetime. What we're talking about is eternity, eternal punishment, fear of eternal punishment and isolation. It never ends. The torture never ends. And you're going to tell that to a child that at this point does not have the ability really to be able to critically take that apart. They're going to believe this as absolute truth. And it's going to form the way they view themselves, their own self worth, and the way that they view what love is. And the male child was told that these acts were acts of love. They programmed these kids that pain and tea, because I don't want to keep saying the word, that meant that they were loved. Which you can only imagine as people grow up, then what will they accept as love? This is a foundation. And it's a foundation that can cause a lifetime of pain. It's one of the most, in my opinion, one of the most horrific things you can do to a person. It is eternal blackmail. So, that being said, those are what the charges have revealed about Ms. Franke. And I want to revisit the statement that her team put out on Friday. So this is from an article, I believe in a local news station, the CBS station in Utah, KUTV. And this is the article they wrote on Monday. So in Friday's statement, the defense attorney accused the Connections Classroom founder, Jody Hildebrandt, of taking advantage of Franke's family ambition and twisting it into something heinous. Ruby Franke is a devoted mother and is also a woman committed to constant improvement. Initially, Ms. Franke believed that Jody Hildebrandt had the insight to offer a path to continual improvement. Hildebrandt's Connections Classroom is an education program that promises to heal destructive behaviors through 3 core principles: impeccable honesty, rigorous personal responsibility, and humility, according to the Mental Health Organization's website. Trying to control my rage. Trying to control my rage. It kind of gets to a point where my rage becomes so huge it becomes comical. So I apologize for any of the faces that are coming out of me right now. Please know that it is coping mechanisms of unspeakable rage. It's a program that panned extensively in a website dedicated to Hildebrandt's behaviors as a licensed counselor, which includes reviews that allege her tactics perpetuate the destruction of personal relationships. The law firm stated that Hildebrandt systematically isolated Franke from her family, her adult daughter, and her extended family. The prolonged isolation resulted in Ms. Franke being subject to a distorted sense of morality shaped by Ms. Hildebrandt's influence, according to Franke's attorneys, who added that the time in the Washington County Jail has given her the opportunity to reset her moral compass. Ms. Franke is committed to taking responsibility for the part she played in the events leading up to her incarceration. So start taking it now. Demonstrating a sincere dedication to personal growth and rehabilitation, she has actively begun the process of reaching out to members of her family through heartfelt apologies, whatever. She seeks to mend relationships and contribute positively to the healing journey of her family. Okay, so here is my frustration. Ruby, 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 I'm talking to you now, Ruby. It's you and me. It's you and me. If you want to take responsibility for the fact that you held your child underwater and you probably had some sick enjoyment out of it by holding him down there, seeing how far you could push your power on a child to make yourself feel powerful, I assume, or whatever. And your version of taking responsibility for that, for what your hands did, what your body did to your own flesh and blood, the child that you carried and gave birth to. Your version of taking responsibility is blaming Jody. You went to her willingly. You've been described as being smitten by her, by another prisoner that shared a cell with you. This is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard in my life. I am ashamed that I even have to share oxygen with you because you don't deserve it. You don't. I understand that we have different, religious beliefs and everything else, and I'm not going to get too far into it, but I can tell you one thing. If you profess to believe in Jesus, he said something about a millstone around your neck in an ocean. That it would be better for you to have that than for you to lay a hand on a child. If your moral compass could be that demented because of one person's influence in your life, I don't know what's left of you. I don't know what is salvageable. I don't think any of this is even healthy for your children to be around. It's all fine and well for you to give heartfelt apologies. But the damage you have done and how long it will affect not only your family, but so many others. I think that alone should have you in prison until the day you die. I am going to be very hard on Jody, but I am not forgetting Ruby. There has to be something very mentally wrong with this woman. And I am sympathetic to mental illness. I am sympathetic to those issues. I always have been and I always will be. But your mental illness, sorry, are we limited? Are we limited?
I don't know.
Are we still limited? Or are we demonetized? Okay, we're far enough in the stream that I should be okay to say this. Your mental illness, your mental problems, whatever issue you have is absolutely never, ever an excuse for you to be this shitty of a person and hurt somebody else. And you are still accountable for that. And you don't get to walk into a courtroom all smiles and happy, smiling back at your family like, hey, it's good to see you. I missed you. I'm getting my plea deal. I don't even know how to process this. This is like, all I can say is thank God that that little boy was able to get away because I don't know how much longer they could have survived in this. And that little boy has saved so many other people through his bravery. That is one strong little boy. Very strong little boy. So, this is why people are mad, and they have every right to be. Um, there's a few other things I kind of want to say as we go through this. Um, where is it? This is the final part of the statement from the law firm regarding what Ruby wanted to say before the hearing. So this is before we knew any of this stuff that happened. And she said Ruby is aware that Kevin Franke has filed for divorce. While she is devastated by this news, she acknowledges and understands his anger and reasoning. I am actually going to throw Kevin a bone here. If Kevin had not filed for divorce prior to yesterday, I would be screaming right now. I don't care about the rules of biblical divorce at this point. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How do you have a mom that does this to your kids and you're still like, I'm going to fight for our relationship? Like, oh. Oh my gosh. So, you know what? I don't think that Kevin should necessarily have custody of the kids because I know in this, and I'm not trying to, dismiss him of any responsibility. But dude, I'm glad you're getting a divorce and you should get it quickly. Oh my gosh. And I don't think that anger and reasoning is the appropriate dialogue to be used here. Unadulterated rage. Um Righteous hatred. I like that one. All those types of things. Right? Like, I'm sorry. No. No. Despite the pain, she respects his decision and remains hopeful that with time she can contribute to rebuilding trust. That's not happening. And fostering understanding within her family. Understanding of what? Understanding of what? I get that people can fall into cults and things like that. And I'm not trying to judge anybody on that front. But my goodness, is there a difference between, subscribing to somebody's, belief system and being like, bombs of truth and shoving your kid's head underwater? They are not the same. They are not the same, honey. It's not happening. Ruby has offered her full cooperation to help the kids reunite with their father.
Exactly is she gonna facilitate?
What exactly? How are you going to help that?
How are you gonna film?
Like, did you think you were going to be like going up against him for custody? Did you think that this was somehow you were going to just get out of prison and get your kids back after these? I cannot. Like, the way that this is written, it's like she's like, I'm going to do my part. I'm going to do my part. You've done enough, sweetie. Sit down. The law firm recognizes the profound love that Ms. Franke holds for her children. Define love. And we are genuinely saddened that she has found herself on this challenging path under the influence of Ms. Hildebrandt. It is our firm belief that Ms. Franke is a devoted mother who, unfortunately, was led astray. You understand why this is like gag inducing at this point? Like, I kind of just want to throw up reading this because it's just absolutely. I feel like this is insulting to our intelligence. And I know, as Emily D. Baker says, the lawyers are lawyering. The lawyers are lawyering, they're doing their job and everything else, but oh my goodness, is this just, it feels so out of touch with what we know now. It feels so out of touch. It is sincere in her commitment to securing the best possible future for her family, which honestly, in my opinion, the best possible future for your family does not involve you. And we remain hopeful that with the right support and understanding, she can navigate a path of healing and growth. And I hope into a cell of isolation where you will never see the sun again. So, when all of this was going on, all this information is coming out, someone popped into my head. Um, and it's someone that we've talked about on the show before, and their name is Jessie Hildebrandt. And Jessie is a family member of Jody Hildebrandt. And Jessie spent an extended period of time under Jody's care. Now, I also want to say right now, Jessie identifies with they, them pronouns, and I'm going to do my absolute best to respect that. I do not mean if I slip up, if I say the wrong thing, I'm not saying it out of any disrespect whatsoever. And all of my love to Jessie, because I truly believe after everything we've watched, and if you followed this channel for a while, you know we've covered both of these stories. Jessie Hildebrandt and Adam Paul Steed are heroes that have shown more bravery in their pinky fingers than I think most of us have in our entire beings. What they have both had to face, what they have endured, and how they've been able to get back up and advocate for other people is nothing short of incredible. Nothing short of incredible. So, Jessie made a statement on their Instagram story. I believe it's still up, but it's probably going to be coming down shortly. But I wanted to share this with you all. I have the audio up as high as it can go, so I will stop talking through it. And if you guys need to adjust your volume, you're welcome to do that. And I'm sorry that I can't do more on that front. So I think we're going to start with this one. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to make myself smaller. And here we go. Oh, it's not. Sorry, it's not playing. That was my fault. All good.
And phone calls and texts and emails about making a statement regarding Ruby's guilty plea. And I've honestly, it's been a pretty difficult 24 hours, a surprisingly difficult 24 hours. I didn't expect to have the reaction I had hearing the news. But I've decided to not go on record in response to her plea, mostly because Jody's hearing is on the 27th, and I'm certain that I'm going to be asked to make a statement then. And seeing as my experiences with Jody and not with Ruby, I would feel, I think, more in alignment to respond then.
That was part one. And this is part two.
For everyone that's been reaching out and checking in on me, thank you. I really appreciate it. These last 4 months have been some of the, if not the most insane months of my adult life. And it's been really wild to experience so much overwhelm from something that is objectively positive. I thought I've been handling the last 4 months relatively well, but yesterday's news definitely shook me more than I expected. Kind of feels like the last straw to my nervous system. So I will be taking care of that for a while.
So that is where Jessie is at. right now. And I think what Jesse said was fair. Um, I honestly can't imagine for Jesse what all of this feels like, because for those of you that don't know, um, it's difficult because I want to make sure that I'm using the right terminology here. Jesse was raised as Jody Hildebrandt's niece, but Jesse identifies as non-binary. Um, and Jesse's family put them in the care of Jody when they were underage to essentially fix them for what I would consider to be very normal kid teenage behavior, uh, finding themselves, etc. For example, Jesse is I can't remember if it's vegetarian or vegan, but Jesse does not eat meat. Jesse did not want to wash dishes where meat had been on or prepared or anything like that, but Jesse had no problem cleaning their own dishes. And that was like one of the breaking points of the family. And I don't know about you, but when I was a teen, um, I think I did things that were worse than not washing dishes. And my family didn't send me away. But that's basically what Jesse's family did, thinking that Jody, the mental health professional, would be able to help Jesse. And Jody's version of helping Jesse was making Jesse sleep out on a balcony in the middle of Utah winter. Jesse has also stated that they were bound. Jesse's story is very, very hard to listen to. And if it is something you do want to, producer sister, can I actually bother you to look this up for me? Mormon Stories podcast did an incredible interview with Jesse, where Jesse explained a lot of what happened between them and their aunt Jody, and it really gives a lot of insight to the way that Jody thinks about things. And I am sure that as Jesse looked at that plea agreement, that they saw things in there that they had also experienced, which is probably part of why it's been so overwhelming. The other person I mentioned was Adam Paul Steed. Adam's story is one that I cannot even begin to get into here and explain. Adam is an incredible person. Adam is a fighter. Adam also did a interview with Mormon Stories podcast, and I was open with you guys that I was not able to actually watch all of it. Adam actually had to film it in 2 parts because of how difficult it was for him to do. It made me sick to my stomach. And unfortunately, I would love to be able to share that with you all. But shortly after Adam did that interview, he was hit with a gag order. And Mormon Stories podcast was forced to take it down. I am hoping that in the coming weeks, due to what is happening now, if the state is going to be going after Jody Hildebrandt, that his story will again be made public and that the gag order could be dropped or fought, because Adam deserves to speak about what Jody put him through, which included him being put in prison. It destroyed his marriage. And he believes that he was targeted because he was a whistleblower for the Boy Scouts. This man is incredible. And I think, and that's why I'm saying what Jesse and Adam have done here is incredible. And I hope that in the coming days, they feel validated and believed because they deserve it. So that's where we are. And I have one other thing to say about this, and this is just a personal thing for me. And I hope you guys will humor me on this. And I apologize if I'm going to be stopping and starting a little bit. It's hard for me to talk about, and I'm doing my best. I know you guys, watch a show because you're here to listen to me talk. Some of you just listen to the audio, so it's weird if there's just moments of silence, and I do my best to not have that, but I do have to put my words in order. One of the things that I have seen as I have been preparing to cover this story is a lot of discussion regarding the two children. And I've also seen CPTSD being brought up in conversation. Because I think if the circumstances that they have been surrounded in are, it wouldn't surprise me if these kids end up with this diagnosis. And when people have been talking about it, there has been a word that has been associated with it in so many comments that I've seen. And that word is broken. It's broken. I've seen hundreds of people say that these children are now broken. And the issue I have with that word is that for some, when they say it, they think of it with the mentality that it is irreparably broken. And then there's also things that, oh no, they're going to turn to substances and they're going to turn to this, and she's screwed them up for life and she's destroyed them and blah, blah. So, for everybody that feels that way thinking about those kids, I have a genuine question for you. If you think because these kids have gone through this trauma that they are irreparably broken, do you feel that way about me? When you look at me, do you see an irreparably broken woman? Because if you do, you're wrong. People with CPTSD are not broken. What's happened to us is we experienced something we never should have had to. And our brains activated in the way that they were designed to protect us and help us survive. And we survived something that a lot of people would not. I've been open about this through all of my YouTube stuff, that there are things that I deal with on a daily basis that honestly, and even over the past year as I have reflected, I don't know how I got through it, but I did. And I know part of why I got through it is God, and I know the other part of how I got through it is that I am a fighter and I am a survivor. And I have been able to build a life for myself. I have friends, I have I have a marriage, I have a husband I love, I have a family I love. I I'm not a mom, but I have my dogs, and I have unconditional love from this little one right here. Um and I also have been able to, even at my worst, be able to take in a rescue dog and love on him and bring some good into the world through that. I've been able to create this community. I've been able to use my voice to help people. I've also been clean for over 15 years. I've gotten myself into treatment. I have fought for myself and I have taken care of myself. And what I am saying is that these kids may be bruised, but they are not broken. And when you think about the fact that that little boy had the bravery to not once, but twice run to save himself and his sister, these kids are survivors. And I don't like hearing people talking about them like they are already damaged goods. Because when you hear that over and over and over again, it is possible that sometimes people take that to be their truth. I'm sure you all have had people say things to you that are negative that you have taken in for yourself and been, I guess I am that. Can we not? Can we not be people that tell children because of what someone did to them, being a monster to them, that they are less than now, as opposed to being warriors that have survived? And I know and I know that when people say it, they're not saying it to be mean. They're not saying it because they don't want the best for the kids. They just don't know what to say. But this is part of why what I said at the beginning of the show, people get uncomfortable when it comes to this topic. We don't want to talk about it. We don't know how to talk about it. And then when we do start talking about it, because we don't know how to talk about it and we don't know what to say, our words can be damaging. These kids do not need any more of that crap in their life. And what I would want when I do these shows, sometimes what I think to myself, because uh, it unfortunately, like, not unfortunately, but I mean, like, but it has happened that the people that I talk about on the internet see what I'm saying about them, which is a very strange thing for me, and I am still trying to adapt to that. Um, but if these kids ever did a search on YouTube and see themselves being talked about, I want to be a place where those kids could look and they will hear that I am rooting for you 1,000,000%. You deserve all of the love in the world. You did not deserve what happened to you. You showed more bravery and strength than most will ever show in their life. And I'm sorry you had to. I don't want to say that it's going to make you stronger or make you better, because you should have just been able to be a kid. You should have just been able to live your life and had safety. But one day I know that you have the strength to be the person that you needed. Like I've had to fight to be that. I believe in the both of you. And people that would think less of you in any manner, pay them no mind. You are on a different level than them. You are on a different frequency. I'm so proud of the both of you. And I wish you guys all the happiness, all of the healing, and all of the good this world has to offer. I hope your dreams come true. And I just want the best for you. And I think a lot of people in this community probably feel the same. I'm sorry, it's difficult for me to do.
Hold there.
It's okay. I hope that for any of you that have felt like saying that these kids are broken, that maybe you've seen a different perspective today that might make you think a bit different about things. And I know for me, that dialogue of being broken has been something that I believed and I bought into for a long time, and I can tell you it didn't help me. It didn't help me. And so, to that, if any of you feel that way, you are beautiful. You are complete the way that you are. I wish for you to have whatever healing you need to be able to have the life that you want. We got to take care of up here. We got to take care of our heart. We got to take care of our soul. We got to take care of our body. We got to take care of all of it. And I think everybody that struggles with any type of trauma knows that it affects every part of you. You're deserving. You are just as deserving as everyone else of love and safety and decency, which is something sometimes I feel like we're really lacking in society. But I think what's important here with the coverage of this story, and I will be continuing to follow it, because, guys, I can tell you, if this is what they have on Ruby, the charges that have to do with Ruby are limited to this year. Jody has been practicing for a long time. Jody has been doing damage for a long time. And as I said on Instagram Monday night, after I read the plea documents, I am scared of what is about to come out with Jody. Because not only is there the situation with these kids, but Jody has given up her license of being a mental health professional. And there's a lot of people now that can come forward with what's happened to them at her hands that in the past they may not have been believed. In the past, they may have even been targeted. I think it's a bit of a new day for these people. And we're going to hear stories, and they are going to be rough. And I get that the news cycle is we have to talk about mommy vlogger YouTube lady. But I think Jody's day is coming. So, as always, I'm going to continue to follow it. I will bring you updates as I see fit. I am going to focus on making sure that these kids have the privacy that they deserve. And sorry, I just turned off the full screen, so I'm seeing the chat for the first time in a bit. Elizabeth Roth, don't forget Pam. Hi, Pam. Hi, Pam. You taking the other Frankie kids and having them work in your house? Now I have questions. We should all have questions about Pam. So that's our main story. Thank you for hearing me out. Sorry, I got a bit emotional there. It's hard. Oh, we'll see how long this lasts. Guess what just got taken off? The limited label.
Really?
We are apparently monetized again. I don't know how long that's gonna last.
How long?
I don't know.
No long.
I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not putting money on that.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not either. She's like, I'm not putting money on that. I'm like, no, me neither. I'm gonna go back through your support now because I know I missed some, and I know you guys probably said some really awesome things in the chat, and I will do my best to go back and watch that tonight so I can see what you guys said. Um, Daisy Girl, thank you so much for becoming a space angel. That is so awesome, and welcome to the club. And for all the new Space Angels today, we do have a playlist on the main channel page that's called Space Angels Only. It's all exclusive content just for you guys, and I hope that you enjoy it to the fullest. Shauna Brown, thank you for the $50 super sticker. You are incredible. I have to pull up the window again and see which sticker it is. StreamYard, please bring through the sticker. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Oh, and it's the hippo coming out of the chest like, ah! He's boxing?
Yeah. On Shauna?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, he's like,
And it pops out and he's got
I thought he's
a
just
stomach.
kind of like, yay, I'm out of the I'm out of the box. Out of the box. Anybody remember that? Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Shauna. Katie Artist 94, thank you for this. Frou Frou needs to go after them. Frou Frou! Oh my goodness. Chris Barber has been a member for 4 months. Kim, you are strong and beautiful, and we love you. Thank you. Love you too. I do appreciate it. Tyrana just said sending love and hugs. Right back at you. Thank you. Project Metal Music member for 6 months. Also, I don't know if I said that about Tyrana for 6 months. Thank you so much. And Project Metal Music also for 6 months. Hello. Sending everyone here big hugs and big hugs back to you. Katie Artist 94 came in with another super chat saying, you are absolutely amazing, Kim. You are strong. I couldn't agree more with everything you said. Thank you for this. I don't have the same story, but similar with chronic pain. Oh, Katie, you don't have to justify. You do not have to justify. You are incredible and you are a warrior. Yeah, but similar with the chronic pain, we are all warriors. Much love to you. My goodness. And I think one just came through. Jean Rick, thank you for the super sticker. What up? Chomp chomp. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, you guys. It's honestly, I was laying in bed last night going like, what do I want to do for the show today? And I could only think about one thing. And I woke up this morning and I saw the whole thing. I don't know if you guys have seen the new thing that Sam Asghari has done with PETA. I'm gonna actually pull this up here quickly. I'm sorry. We have a palette cleanser because we knew we were gonna need it. But I deal with my issues through humor. Yeah. I do. And I really want to just pull this up. Where is it? Where's the picture? Okay. So Sam Asghari has done like a thing with PETA saying adopt, don't shop. And I'm not against the sentiment in any way. I think adoption is great. I have a rescue myself, and I also have dogs who have come from ethical breeders. I think there is a place for both, and I say that because there are many different situations, and I think all dogs deserve to have a loving and wonderful home. But spay and neuter, make sure you're being a responsible pet owner, all of that stuff. And so that's what the thing is about. But I do find it funny because uh, Sam has purchased a dog in the past, and now he's saying I've learned and blah blah blah, but that's fine. But my favorite thing about the whole thing is apparently he's also lost like 40 pounds.
What?
Yeah, he's lost 40 pounds, and the headline of it is that he's almost unrecognizable now.
Did he have 40 pounds to lose?
So here's my difficulty. So here is the before and after of the supposedly unrecognizable transformation of Sam Asghari. Y'all, how we do? Did we not know that the gentleman on closest to me was Sam Asghari? But how is he unrecognizable? We know who he is. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I mean? This is just absolutely ridiculous. I'm also laughing my head off because I don't want to accuse anybody of anything. I really don't. I really don't. But I got this picture directly from page 6. Credit to them, and I will put their link in the description. Actually, I'm going to put a link to this image in the description because the file name yeah, the file name of this photo compilation thingy, the first word of the file name is Facetune. Which is making me ask questions. I actually don't know like what to say. So I'm gonna pull it up. Hang on. I'm sorry, this is really funny to me. So I'm just gonna make that full screen for a second. I don't know if you guys can see it. That is literally a screen cap of the URL. And you can see after the slash here, so like December 3rd, 2023, Facetune _16 dash. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. But okay. You do you, Sam. You do you. I'm just Linda, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm just saying it's interesting. It's interesting. That's all I'm saying. But I didn't really want to do like a full story on that because I was like, I don't want to give him the time. I'm sorry, I just don't. Okay. Michelle, I just want to say here with your comment, I don't think the real Britney is alive. I can say based on what I know, Britney is alive. Britney is alive. She is alive. Right? And right over my wow. How is that news? Who cares? I don't know. I don't know, Katie. Maybe he did. I don't know if he had to Facetune his way into the news. I don't know. This is just my speculation. It's my speculation. It's my speculation. It's my opinion. That's why it's in the disclaimer at the bottom. Lena, stop. 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 I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean. Professional. Professional. I need to get the clip from the wedding planner from Jennifer Lopez of being like, because I am a professional. Bang. Because I very much feel that way.
Yes, we need that clip.
I need that clip badly. Badly. But you know what? One other clip actually works pretty well in this situation.
Oh, right. Of course, it's always about you, isn't it?
It also could be this.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money. Ooh.
Ooh. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. It's just interesting. It's just interesting to me. So we do have a little palette cleanser here that producer sister has put together for us. So I'm gonna do this. Producer sister very kindly knew that today might be very difficult for me, so producer sister looked and put something together very quickly for us, just that is fun. So that is what we are going to do now. So it is some Christmas gift pranking inspiration. I'm here for this. I'm here for it. I'm excited. Okay. Oh my gosh. So Judy Brown on Instagram says, I've done something ingenious to wind up my dad, which is basically my favorite holiday pastime. And it begins like this. We have Brussels sprouts and Ferrero Rocher. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have this thing with Ferrero Rocher. My husband and I made a joke a couple of years ago that's just kind of stuck around. And this unfortunately has taken on a new life of its own of us discussing it, because it was this idea that we wanted to make a commercial for Ferrero Rocher. And now that I have a YouTube channel, we've had a few conversations of like, should we do it? Should we make a commercial? And basically the idea of it is that it's like at a really fancy party, and it's got like the pyramid of the Ferrero Rochers. Everybody's dressed in gold and it's beautiful. And I'm standing there and I take the top Ferrero Rocher off. It's like this beautiful moment with like all these lens flares, and I put it in my mouth and I'm just like, this is amazing. And then the next thing I know, my husband pops in and goes, what is that? And I'm like, oh. And he's like, no, what are you eating? And I say back, it's a Ferrero Rocher. And he goes, a Ferrero Rocher. And then puts one in his mouth, and then Ferrero Rocher. And we just go back and forth, Ferrero Rocher, Ferrero Rocher, Ferrero Rocher. And then it just ends with like the gold glimmer sparkle everywhere. I desperately want to do this. So I'm always here for the Ferrero Rocher jokes. It's great. I think you could see where I'm going with this. And then like this. So she's unwrapping all the Ferrero Rochers and putting a Brussels sprout in the wrapping of the Ferrero Rocher.
Not quite. Keep going.
And now we play the waiting game. Okay, so the Ferrero Rochers, realistically, like they are, I guess, okay, that probably would be hidden, I would assume. Last year, I decided to play the long game and I didn't tamper with the confectionery. Spooked by the year before, he would not touch a single Ferrero Rocher, which was great because he usually inhales them at 750 miles per hour. Whoa, whoa. So there were Ferreros aplenty for the rest of us. I bided my time. And so yesterday, home for Christmas, with the devil in my elbow, I embarked on my most audacious sprout prank yet. Oh, you woke up and chose chaos. You woke up and chose chaos. Oh, I guess this is Twitter, not Instagram.
Yes,
Sorry.
I
Yeah, it's
think
Twitter.
Instagram.
I apologize. While he was out, I
found
did.
it on Instagram.
Yeah. While he was out, I dipped the sprouts in chocolate, rolled them in chopped hazelnuts, and did all I could to replicate the iconic Ferrero. The commitment on this is amazing. Wow. I rewrapped, and this is crucial, resealed the box with its original tape and a tiny dab of glue. Oh my gosh, the commitment. Then secreted it amongst a bag, secreted it amongst a bag of tasty gifts from my aunt and retired to watch from afar. Epic. Absolutely epic. Last night, he viewed them with suspicion when they came out of the bag, but I was out all day. How could I have tampered with them? He abstained, and they sat in the kitchen all night. This bright Christmas morning, we were gathered round the tree, drinking tea and opening presents, and Dad eyed the box. He quite likes his post-breckie Ferrero. He approached. I hovered in the kitchen. Or I hoovered in the kitchen.
I think it's supposed to be hot.
I think it's supposed to be hovered, yeah. Careful not to spook him. And lo, he opened, he examined, he unwrapped, he examined further. Fears allayed, he popped the whole thing in his mouth. His face played a symphony of emotions: satisfaction, triumph, smugness, consternation, confusion, realization, horror, and disgust. I love the description of the emotion. It's just like a spectrum. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I am still chuckling, and I will all day long. I know his retribution will be swift and terrible, but no Christmas gift could be greater than seeing this. My dad, despite his efforts to avoid it, unwittingly eat a raw sprout. Merry Christmas to one and all. Absolutely beautiful. Bravo!
And I have a present for you.
Oh gosh, you got me a Ferrero Rocher. Better not be a Brussels sprout in this. You would not do that to me, would you? It is still like glued at the bottom. It is glued at the bottom. I'm literally gonna break this open because I'm scared now. I am scared now. Right, Kyle? This is why I have trust issues. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm scared now. Hang on. I'm gonna go over here. It's not a Brussels sprout! Woo! Ferrero. It's a Ferrero. That's what it is. It's a Ferrero. What do you guys think of that commercial idea, though? Do you think it's dumb, or is it funny? Or is it just dumb between my husband and I? And we just think it's funny. We're just gonna laugh alone with ourselves. Ugh. Well, you guys, I realized we didn't really have a like a normal halftime. I want to give you guys a couple minutes if you want to send in any questions, any comments, anything you want to say, and I can interact with you guys, and then we'll move into the what the what. I hope that is all right. So I will give you guys a few moments now. Go. What other like chocolates are like iconic with Christmas? I'd love to do like a poll of like, are you a Ferrero Rocher or are you like, what are you? What is your vice? Merci? Or is that just a Canada thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
We have a chocolate called Merci.
The chocolate oranges.
Oh, the chocolate oranges, yeah. Godiva, Hershey. Yeah, let me know in the chat what your favorite ones are. General Scott, thank you so much for the super sticker of the 1-up. Chomp chomp. Very much appreciate that. Oh. Yeah, I'm seeing, the Belgium seashells, Reese's all year round, Terry's chocolate oranges, the big Hershey Kiss,
The 5-pound Reese's cups.
Snickerdoodle, chocolate orange. Oh, goodness. Soki, here we have Ferrero Rocher and Mon Cherie, which are dark chocolate with liquor and a cherry in it. Awful stuff. Awful or great? You said liquor. Yeah, it's funny. I'm seeing Reese's trees, peppermint candy canes. Yeah, I love it. That's exactly how I pronounce it when my face is full of them all. They're my fave. Whoa, huh. It is what it is. Oh, Purdy's hedgehogs. brownie brittle. Oh gosh, Ghirardelli's dark chocolate peppermint bark. Oh,
That'd be right up your alley.
guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. As someone that was raised like in a very blessed way, I I spent a good amount of time of my childhood in Disney World, and they have a Ghirardelli's there. And I guess what they're calling Disney Springs now. To me, it's downtown Disney. It's like the Sky Dome. I can't. But there is a Ghirardelli there. That place is beautiful and wonderful, and it's brought me so much joy. It's great. It's great. Oh, Kyle's like those chocolate covered cherries after Tammy Wolf was like chocolate cherries. Oh my goodness, you guys. You guys are amazing. I love it. Oh, we love the chocolate. We love the chocolate if you can do it. We love the chocolate. Almost as much as Jamie Lynn Spears loves her chocolate. So much so she left the jungle. Sorry. That was so. Can I just say that was not on my bingo card for this year? It was absolutely bizarre. So I have to dab my nose for a second. Go. Sorry, Lacey. Lacey, do you want to say hi to everybody? We're full screen now, so people can see you better. I can show everybody your hoodie. You want to show everyone? Yeah. Nice stretch. Okay. You are so fluffy. She's gone like poof. I don't know what's going on. She was groomed not too long ago, but yeah, her hair has just gone poofy poof. Yep. And she has this like really cute little sweater. It's got like a sleigh. I think she does like this sweater because it doesn't restrict her movement at all. And she can run and play with her balls and have a good time and stay warm. Okay. You say hi to everybody. Wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Good girl. Yeah, flop right back down. Oh, big yawn. You good? Okay. Yeah, she's so cute. She's so cute. Yeah. Denise just said butter is fluff as well. I know. It's like, I don't know what happens this time of year for her because, like, her brother, like, Charlie doesn't have that problem at all. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I know I've upped her, like, nutrition dramatically in the past year, so I don't know if just her hair is just producing more healthy and it's just taking off, but my goodness. It's a lot. It is a lot. Alrighty. Are we ready? Are we ready for part 4 of the saga? The final part of the saga up until this point, because it is still probably going. All right, getting a little bit of sugar so I can keep going. The neurodivergent people know. You all know. We need our dopamine hit to keep going. It is what it is. All right. I am just going to double check on my stats. See what is going on here. Oh, we're limited again.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, we're back under review. Whatever. I do have to say thank you guys so much for being here and watching. We had a lot of people in here for a bit there. That was crazy. I'm glad you all are here. Holy smokers, we did. Wow.
You're over 200.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much for that success, guys. That's incredible, and I do very much appreciate it. I would appreciate too if you can hit that like if you haven't done so already, and please consider subscribing if you have not, because I would love to see you be a part of this community. Love to see you here, and we've got lots in store next year. And I'm hoping to be back on with you guys before the end of the year, at least once. I'm gonna miss you guys. Alrighty, we should do this. Doop doop. Let's go. The story of the sister-in-law who demands a holiday, part 4. So, producer sisters note, this is an ongoing story that was first posted about in July of 2020, with the most recent post being in November of 2023. This will be a multi-part saga. Today's portion will cover posts between August 2022 and November 2023. This is a cautionary tale for those who believe that money will solve all their problems and what it causes people to turn into. Please be advised there are some acts of DV, but also consequences of these actions. And P.S. for those of you still in shock from our previous saga and the betrayal of dear husband, don't worry, based on what has been written of this saga to date, we are still fans of this dear husband. I love that we have that as a disclaimer. We were all so betrayed. Personally. All right. Personally victimized by dear husband. Wonder Woman, the story of how entitled cousin got hit by the karma train and is driven by his now ex-wife. First of all, I'm not really that familiar to Reddit. I just found out that I had tons of messages from readers that I have missed. I don't know that people could also do that. I also try to reply to as many as I can, but the sheer amount of them in my limited time, I'm not always able to respond. My apologies. Some people asked me to update on Wonder Woman, the now ex-wife of entitled cousin, how she's doing. She is doing amazing. This is October. A trial has started, and an update on us, and Coddle Mom just had to prove she's an idiot. Well, we knew she was an idiot. Small update for you all. Hopefully this post will find you all in good health and spirits. The trials have started. I can't say anything about what is discussed until it's all over and done with. I can tell you that both entitled cousin and Blabbermouth seemed extremely nervous, yet somewhat confident, arrogant even. Why does that not surprise me? When hubby and I saw them the first day, we have not returned since I have work that needs to be done and hubby has trouble seeing his own family in the stands. Understandable. Another point is that we have little desire to spend our time in a courtroom looking at the people who cause so much misery in our lives. Victim statements are in the file, and those will be read out when it's time. Lawyer friend updates us as well as some friends and my parents who apparently decided for themselves they wanted to be present every time or whenever they could. I told them that this isn't necessary, especially since my parents are elderly, but my mother simply flashed me a look that said enough. My father isn't a man of many words, but he lets his actions speak for him most of the time. He said, in our time of need, you and your brother are there for us. Now we are doing what we should do as parents and what we have, always tried to do. Be there for both of you in your time of need. Besides, I want to see what kind of people they are with my own eyes. You know what? I don't really blame them. I feel like if this was even a friend of mine, I'd be like, I want to go. I want to see this. Right? Like, I want to know what the heck is going on here. Wild. My friends basically agreed with my father. I was there for their highs and lows. Now it's time to return the favor. My more devilish friends, they are going as much as they can just to see how big of a hole they dig for themselves. I would be one of those friends. Put a 1 in the chat if you would be one of those friends.
My duty as your friend to be there for you.
Yes, it is my duty as your friend to be there for you. And also, I want to see all of the tea. All of it. Spill all of it. I want it all. I want it all. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's petty of me or stupid or immature, but I think it's funny. I love these people. Hubby is not doing so well. Like I said, he has a hard time dealing with the fact that his own sister and cousin are on trial for harming me. I mean, that is fair. And trying to take his children, also fair. Anger and sadness are his two main emotions. The children are also quite nervous. We keep them informed on how things are, and lawyer friend is doing a great job on giving unbiased information on what happens and how the court proceedings work. Especially eldest is one for details and nuances. He wants to know everything. Okay? Apart from nervous, they feel frightened once more. All this time, entitled cousin and Blabbermouth were locked in a cell safely away from them, and now they realize that a verdict will be given on the time they will serve, if they have to serve at all. We like to keep their release as an option. You never know. Therapist visits have increased to once a week online and once a week in real life. Nice neighbor and neighbor's wife have increased their visits with Frou Frou, and the kids sleep better knowing that LeFou is with us as well. Go puppies. Nothing works better to soothe their anxiety than some gently giants giving hugs and slobbery kisses that will go into protective mode when needed. So the best therapy in the world is a dog. Hands down. Things with mother-in-law have become somewhat better, but she seems to be on a crossroads now that her daughter trial has started. She has started her oh my poor daughter spiel again. Go back to therapy. We don't blame her. I do. And she has kept the whole have pity on her out of her vocabulary. Well, at least she did that. Coddle Mom also made an appearance. She decided in her infinite wisdom, oh no, that it was a good idea to show up on our doorstep the day before the trial started. Is this a competition to see who's the dumbest person in this family? For real, like I am concerned. How did your husband come out okay? Like this is ridiculous.
Well, his other sister's okay.
Yeah, his other sister's okay, but I'm just saying, like, what is even happening? It's bizarre. We saw her through the doorbell camera. Nice neighbor saw her and asked if he could help her. Smart man kept her in the front of the camera the entire time. She asked in a rather rude manner who he was. When he stated he lived in the neighborhood and was walking his dog, she told him that she was here on an urgent legal matter. She was there too. Drum roll, please. Threaten us with legal action if we don't stop the court proceedings. What did we? Okay, the last time we went through the last part of what we talked about is that if someone has committed a crime, it's no longer about the person that the crime was committed to. It's about the state or the whatever legislation is in charge, basically, right? Like the authorities have said you've done something wrong. This is now criminal. You can't just drop it. So again, you put yourself in a position where you went on somebody's property that doesn't want you to be there, knowing there's a good option or good chance that you're going to get a no contact order or a cease and desist, or potentially be charged with trespassing. To tell them to do something they can't even do because you are a moron. Sorry, I don't have the comments up. Give me a second. This Kyle just thinks the stupidity is. It is. Reebok. Life is tough. It's even tougher when you're stupid. Oh my gosh. Oh, my brain. My brain.
You haven't read her defense yet.
Okay. Her grounds. Her son was provoked by my actions, and thus it was self-defense? My dude, you met her in an alleyway. You targeted her and met her in an... I cannot. What is in this woman's water? I'm actually concerned about her. How does she tie her shoes in the morning? How do we function?
Delulu.
Absolute Delulu. Delulu. Random. You guys, I'm just gonna leave the chat up for a minute. Her life is like a box of Ferrero Rocher plus Brussels sprouts. Oh my gosh. It just like. Oh wow. Oh. Yeah, average supreme. Now we know why coddling mom wasn't a lawyer. Coddle mom doesn't have the capacity for critical thought or even just the capacity to understand that 1 + 1 = 2 at this point. I'm done. Screw this lady. You know what? Honestly, file. Just file.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Bring it on.
I would be like, go ahead. Please go ahead. You have my blessing. I'll see you in court. This is hilarious. I'm sorry, I have to cough. I think I have some hazelnut in my throat. I guess that's what I get for laughing at somebody else for having bad Brussels sprout. That's my karma. Okay. Therefore, everything in court didn't need to happen and we should drop the charges. Entitled cousin shouldn't be found guilty. Should be found guilty if that couldn't happen anymore, and that we should just tell the judge and jury that. Coddle Mom continued that if we didn't, she would have no choice but to take matters into her own hands. Oh no! And contact our country's Child Protective Services, claiming we were hurting our children and filed charges against us for defamation. And you said all of this on tape? You are so stupid. So you tried to blackmail them as well. Oh, it's almost extortion. I can't wait till lawyer friend hears about this. He's gonna have a field day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gotta keep going. I'm sorry. I'm regathering myself. This is funny. Nice neighbor can be serious when needed, but in the face of blatant stupidity, entitlement, and or delusion, you choose all of the above. He just laughed. He explained to her that this was not how it worked, and just as she stated, she's trying to blackmail us by lying. But entitled cousin has his entitled tendencies from his mother, so of course she doubled down and stated that all we did was lie, and that I should have done what I had been told. Oh my gosh! Dude, put her in the hospital! How do you lie about that? You can't lie about the medical. I cannot. Oh my gosh, this woman. There's a police. Oh. My brain actually hurts. My brain actually hurts from the stupid. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. I cannot. Okay, for some reason, this woman can't understand that a hubby and I made a joint and unanimous decision of not wanting to be a money tree / ATM. Nice neighbor told her to go away and get a therapist and prepare for a no contact order that could be coming her way. So you can guess what and who has kept lawyer friend extra occupied. People, stop. Just stop. I echo what I said in the last show. I think we need to have mandatory courses in high school that explain the basics of the legal system to everyone. Because this is actually like embarrassing.
I don't think it would have stuck.
Oh. On a side note, I know people will warn us that Child Protective Services can be called by her or someone else out of vindictiveness and spite. We know, don't worry. Joke will be on them though. We asked for their help on how to deal with our children after entitled cousin attempted to break into our home again after what had happened to them and me as well. So they're already well aware of the situation then. Yep. Oh my gosh. They have also been involved due to the fact that my children were witness / victim of an attempted abduction. We have assessed as parents, and also as a standard procedure, we redeemed fit parents, thankfully, and they are updated on things necessary. So that was the update. I will update as things progress. Guys, how are we doing? Asher's mama, the degree of stupidity in this family is astounding. It is. I'm actually like kind of in shock. But yes, facts ain't defamation, Reebok, and they are not. They are not. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Okay. Now we're in December of 2022, a year ago. How it goes with the rest of the family. A lot of people are asking me about the trial. Lawyer friend advised not to post anything about it on social media, so I won't until I can. And I hear producer sister laughing. Why are you laughing? Cheryl's comment? Bless their hearts. Coming in with the Britney shade. Oh gosh. Genuine. Foshes. Oh my gosh. Okay. What I can tell you is how the contact with the other relatives are at the moment. Quick recap. Blabbermouth blabbed to her mom and her hubby's aunts, uncles, and cousins. They started to harass us, demanding money. One uncle tapped me in the face and got the name Little Love Tap Uncle. He got to meet the judge. Lots of family members got a nice piece of paper that screamed no contact. And since they do have some respect for it, and perhaps us, we haven't heard a thing, the no contact order against hubby's relatives have not been removed. There was legally no reason, or they had not been renewed. There was legally no reason for it. We have slowly begun to have contact again. We went to some socially distanced birthday parties, although it was very awkward in the beginning. It's been sort of all right. Isn't that always promising? Awkward in the beginning, but sort of all right. A plus.
But yet we know what she means.
At the first gathering after COVID restrictions were lifted, Little Love Tap Uncle came up to me and asked if he could say something. Hubby and children were standing close for obvious reasons. He apologized profusely and said that if I didn't want anything to do with them, he would understand. He started talking and explaining his behavior to me in person. It sounded sincere in the beginning, but after a while, I did ream into him after he tried shifting the blame onto Blabbermouth and me. Oh my gosh, you people. Like, oh. The entitlement is just ridiculous. Okay. I told him almost verbatim, no, it was your own doing that you never picked up the phone to talk to us and clear the air. It was your own doing that you drove all the way to my home to wait for me. It was your own doing, screaming and yelling insults at me. It was your own doing that you tapped me. Your greed is what drove you, not Blabbermouth or me. You found out I had lots of money and you wanted it. You are the adult. Take responsibility for your own actions. Seriously. I feel like this is like the theme of today. Be responsible for yourself. Stop blaming other people for choices that you made. You could have chosen different actions that would have led to different outcomes. Don't blame your greed on anyone else. He fell silent and said, I was right. Of course she's right. They all said they understand why they were never told. It wasn't that we didn't want to help, but more we didn't want to be seen as some ATM that could get money from whenever they felt like it. Some other family members and I have been discussing investing and discovering more ways, and actually, it's really fun. Did I not suggest that like a couple of ones ago?
Yeah.
That I was like, if someone in my family goes into money, I want to be like, how'd you do it? Teach me. Teach me. Teach me. Some family members have come to ask me for budgeting advice as well. I have a knack for that from the time hubby and I had financial challenges. We keep the conversation light. Okay. I'm still wary of them and they know. Will it be as it was? No, I have no illusions about that anymore. They show respect, but they also know that hubby and I won't hesitate anymore if they throw the proverbial law book at them in every way possible if they cross the line. They also we still suspect they try to get on our good side for money. We have not started any other college funds for other relatives. We won't do that at all. There was a cousin who asked for a certified loan. When he asked for the details, we got some shady stories, so we denied it. He sulked a bit, but that was that. I think he was reminded of all of the horrors that could come his way. My own family members have been harassing my parents and brother as well. After I found out, they received a letter telling them in no uncertain terms to cut the crap. The entitled ones have kept a low profile since. Snide remarks have been made, but oh well, pick your battles. My parents handle them like a champ, and since my brother is tall, strong, and has a take no crap attitude, they won't dare mess with him. I did pay for some security measures at my parents' place. The reason is twofold. The first one is I don't want history to repeat itself. In case some of my cousins do a blabbermouth / entitled cousin combo, I want everything caught on tape. Second is that my parents are getting older, and there have been break-ins of people forcing themselves into the homes of elderly people. If either happens, I want a clear shot of the faces so that Frou-Frou and Les Fous can chase their behinds to a nice cell. You go, Frou-Frou. You go, Les Fous. My brother already has security measures, so he doesn't need it. He is grateful that lawyer friend sent some family members a warning. Our relationship has changed. My brother and sister-in-law knew that we had money, but after all that happened in the beginning, they started to realize it was more than they thought. They are happy for us, but when we did go out to eat or do something as a family, they make sure to pay for something. And brother has said that although They are grateful for what we did. He doesn't want us to think that they use us for our money. It makes things weird sometimes, especially if we say it's our treat because of a birthday or something. I get that though. I do. I do. They don't want to be those people. My heart goes out to them. That's difficult. Still, the gesture feels so good after all we've been through. Exactly. So that is the update concerning the family members. Life has somewhat returned to normal. The children are still nervous from time to time. Hubby has his good and bad days. I don't have any health concerns. That's good. I still need some medicine and physical therapy, and dogs walks have improved my health very much. Good. Oh my gosh. March 14th, 2023. How Coddle Mom got hit in the face. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? Oh no, Coddle Mom. I can't. Trial is still ongoing, so no updates for that. I do have an update on Coddle Mom. Coddle Mom is entitled cousin's mother. She was the one agreeing with him that I should have done what he told me to do, and that all is nonsense. You might remember the time she came to our door without us home and threatened to file fake charges and CPS reports. Well, she did just that. Oh my gosh. She filed fake CPS charges. For those who don't know, we have our country's CPS involved. They and our family's physician guide/help our children after the attempted abduction. And we were established as fit parents as part of the investigations. When Coddle Mom threatened to call CPS on us for fake charges, we sent a copy of the video to them. CPS, or our country's version of them, called us to say that they had received an anonymous report about child abuse and abandonment. And since we had an appointment already, they came over and assessed everything. We understand they have to take everything and every report seriously. Nothing came of it, and they have the anonymous person on file in case of another false accusation/report calls. Reports are called in. But since it's anonymous, we had no certainty who it was until Coddle Mom showed up at our door again. Oh my gosh, in a screaming fit, and demanded to know about why our children were still with us. When she made the reports, why is this woman so dumb? Like, it takes effort to be this level of stupid. This is actually impressive. Of how this is like watching the live action version of 1, 2, 3, and 4th.
Yeah.
How many times do you have to fail uphill to get to this point? She was ranting about how she was sure we would learn our lesson, etc. Unfortunately for her, we have cameras that guess who got a no contact order and a lawsuit on her hands for defamation and making false claims. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Rando, ma'am, please go find your intelligence before you hurt yourself. Oh my gosh. This is... Is anybody else just like dumbfounded? Oh. See, these are the types of... You know what? I know in a way it would be doxing and that would be terrible, but I would love to see like this case on Law and Crime. I would follow the heck out of it. They could do a whole like show just called Petty Court.
Yep.
I would watch Petty Court. I'd watch the heck out of Petty Court. Give yourself a little treat if you guessed Coddle Mom. When did she get the letters? Well, she and her husband, Steve, were home having lunch. Long story short, he lost whatever patience he had with her. He told her he had enough of her behavior and filed for divorce. Okay. They have a prenup, but Coddle Mom will receive some money, as was discussed at the time the prenup was signed. She still has plenty of savings and a nice retirement fund. She won't be penniless after the divorce and is able to afford a decent sized apartment while living comfortably. Concerning their marital home, she is unwilling to buy Steve out and unwilling to be bought out, so they have to sell it. For the time being, they both live in the house but sleep in separate bedrooms. From what I've also heard, that Coddle Mom had the idea or the delusion that she could go and live with one of her daughters instead of buying her own apartment. She was shut down very fast. Her daughters have no intention of letting their mother live with them and their families. Coddle Mom apparently has made some derogatory comments about her own daughters and their children. Why does that not surprise me? I mean, at this rate, you're going to end up spending more time with your, well, I guess you wouldn't be together, but you both could be in jail. You and your son. You could have that in common, I guess. Entitled cousin was still the apple of her eye. I'm not surprised. Oedipus. Coddle Mom didn't like her daughter's refusal and was making comments on how it was her daughter's duty to take care of her. Oh, entitlement. It's beautiful. Her youngest daughter asked if Coddle Mom was even thinking about contributing to the bills, to which Coddle Mom responded that she wouldn't, as her daughter should be willing and thankful to help their mother out after all she had done for them. Ugh. So Coddle Mom has a son who is momentarily stuck in prison. If when he is released, he's unemployed and without a home, a husband who doesn't want anything to do with her anymore, and her daughters are sick and tired of her shenanigans and downright toxic behavior. Nice one, Coddle Mom. Plus side to all of this is she has her hands full with this mess. Oh, great. I had to share this one with you. Coddle Mom's daughters have already let her know that under no circumstances will they take her in after she and Steve sold the house. Coddle Mom has plenty of money in her accounts along with a nice retirement fund. The daughters refuse point blank to take their mother in to mooch off of them after all the horrendous things she has said to them about them. Apparently, Coddle Mom has no intention of living on her own and or using her own money, so she managed to get in contact with none other than her former daughter-in-law, Wonder Woman. She is entitled cousin's ex-wife. You're an idiot, Coddle Mom. You are the dumbest woman I think I've ever heard in my life. Like, every time I think we've reached the pinnacle of dumb, we just keep going. Oh, Denise, you're absolutely right. This is a perfect moment for that. Hang on. I got you. Are you ready, choir?
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money. Woo.
Also, to Steve.
Divorce, babe, divorce.
Ridiculous. Oh, this is ridiculous. Ah. Okay, we keep going. But yes, we had to do the insufficient funds. That was beautiful. Thank you, Denise. She kept her old number for Steve so they could arrange for him to see the grandchildren. Yes, she does have a new number, but kept the old as a ruse for Coddle Mom. From what I understand, it's like this. If Coddle Mom thinks that Wonder Woman has not changed her number, she still thinks she has access to her and will not start searching for more information and thus find out her new number and home address. Okay. So Coddle Mom contacted Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman answered thinking it was Steve. Alas, it was Coddle Mom. And she immediately explained the situation without a greeting or asking how she was. Fun fact, Wonder Woman and I had met up that day for a well-deserved day off in each other's company, and I could hear and enjoy this show. Does she not know that, like, Wonder Woman at this point is in, like, cahoots with OP at this point?
You would think.
Right? Because, like, OP has kind of, like, gotten her a job, helped her. Okay.
Side note, Wonder Woman got a Doberman. Don't know the dog's name, but it was mentioned in a comment.
Oh, in the comments, producer sister just informed me that Wonder Woman also got a Doberman. So we got another dog. We don't know the name, but it was somewhere in the comments. So good for Wonder Woman. Glad you got a dog. Oh, before Coddle Mom could even come to the point of asking / telling Wonder Woman what she wanted, Wonder Woman just said this. Just stop right there, Coddle Mom. I know what you were going through a divorce. I know you were selling the house and that you need a new place to live. I will not allow you to live with me. Not even when hell freezes over will I let you live with me. Lose my number and goodbye. Click. Coddle Mom did not dare call her again. We enjoyed the rest of our day while we basked in the glory of Wonder Woman's righteous retort. I love the balls of this woman. Yes. Okay. April 26th of 2023. We are on slide 15. We have 25 slides, guys, to give you an idea. Oh, hi, my fella. Good to see you. Okay. The end, or so we hope. My dear Reddit family, it has been a while since I updated. I would like to refer to my profile to read other posts to get update. I started writing about my experiences to simply gain insight and blow off some steam, so to speak. I found out that my posts have been used by several YouTube channels and other social media to broadcast them to others. I also know that some people think they're fake, and that's fine as well. I let them be. When I found out about the videos, I was mostly interested in the comments. They, along with my hubby and lawyer friend, really opened my eyes and showed me that I was naive, gullible, and an incredible doormat. Neighbor's wife, nice neighbor, and my own children found out about the posts and agree with you all. So thank you all. Okay. I posted some time ago about how I was hurt by entitled cousin, and a friend of his, well, blabbermouth found my children and tried to drag one of my youngest away. They were arrested and have had to await trial in prison. Then this update about blabbermouth and entitled cousin you have been waiting for. The reason it took so long initially was because of Christmas, New Year, and illnesses of people involved. Then I took time to let the results sink in. I have not been to the majority of the trial. My parents and friends have been present. More to keep hubby and me up to date. Lacey, okay? She's just nesting. She just looks at me like, what? I'm nesting. There, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, she's fixing it for herself. Okay. There we go. Good girl. Okay. Well, case is closed. Both entitled cousin and blabbermouth will spend some time in prison. Everything that could be thrown at these pathetic excuses for human beings was thrown at them, all while hoping they would see the inside of a prison cell for quite some more time. For anonymity's sake, I will not disclose the amount of time they were sentenced with. Entitled cousin was convicted of a couple things. The most serious ones were grievous bodily harm and aiding a kidnapping. Blabbermouth was convicted as well, with the most serious ones for us are her attempted kidnapping and helping entitled cousin commit grievous bodily harm. After they are released, they are not to contact us or come near us. We hope they listen to that this time. Did they plan this together? Yes, they did. Entitled cousin was to hurt me, to scare me, and make me more pliable. And blabbermouth was to entice the children away with the idea that they would get us to pay. So basically, hold them for ransom. Blabbermouth said on the stand that she never meant to hurt my children. She just wanted money. Well, that makes everything all great then, doesn't it?
All is forgiven.
All is fantastic. That's great. Entitled cousin's buddy has made a deal that before he would give statements, evidence, and everything, he would walk away without probation, fine, and community service. Okay. It turns out that Blabbermouth talked down to me because she was jealous of my success with investments, education, and a good salary. I had no idea. Did you have any idea that she was jealous, producer sister?
None whatsoever.
Did we? Shocking.
Shock and awe.
Shock and awe. Oh, brother-in-law also invested in some things, but the investments didn't generate as much as they hoped for. This resulted in Blabbermouth resenting me so very much. When asked why she tried to take my children, her answer was so that the mother would pay me the money I deserve and that she owes me. How are you not embarrassed? Have you no shame? No shame on the stand?
Yep.
I actually can't believe this. Wow. The times she babysat my children or had sleepovers, well, she thinks I should have paid her or paid her more. Even when she asked if the children could stay for a weekend, she paid for some of your mortgage. Shut up. This woman. Fun fact, we always got something nice alongside flowers or something as a thank you. We've actually paid her for the handful of times she had to babysit, the hourly rate for the nanny at the time. We paid for gas in the cases where we went somewhere. Even the time she offered to help out, we paid her, either with money or a nice gift. Even though she said it wasn't needed, we paid her daughters as well when they babysat. We now know how jealous she was of our wealth. In our minds, we never actually flaunted it, but both hubby and I realize now that maybe we should have handled things differently. Still, hubby and I were flabbergasted. The audacity of this woman. Oh, yeah, the audacity. The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this. Mother in law and father in law are angry that she tried to abduct our children, but incredibly hurt as well. They never believed that their own daughter would go this far and would be sent to prison. Mother-in-law is broken now. She initially asked us to forgive and or forget. Hubby and I lost our cool on this as Blabbermouth tried to harm our family. When mother-in-law heard her own daughter say the reasons for her actions, we were told she cried. She knew the lengths hubby and I went to help out Blabbermouth and the family. And with and without the funds we have now. She and father-in-law were shocked to their core, according to their friends of ours who witnessed them in the courtroom. But still, pure joy for us regarding the outcome. Not only will we be free from entitled cousin and Blabbermouth for some time, they also got what they deserve. I will admit I loved seeing their faces when they were found guilty. I mean, are they really going to be surprised?
At this point, it wouldn't surprise me if they were.
Oh, my brain. Blabbermouth tried to plead, say something, blabbering all kinds of things. I couldn't hear. She was crying so much. Her youngest and husband are the only ones who support her. Her other children disowned her and never showed up. I don't blame them. Entitled cousin became angry and started shouting and insulting everyone else. Okay, this dude, if he keeps doing this, he's just going to be in prison for a long time because he's just going to tick off the wrong people. He has his own troubles. His wife filed for divorce after entitled cousin was arrested and she got custody of the children. She got a job and got out. She moved, sold the house. It was hers only, got a no contact order, and is busy building a good life for herself and her children. So now he has no friends, no family, no wife, not even his children. I mean, he has his mom. He has Coddle Mom. They are in the same age range as my own, and as of now, don't want anything to do with their dad. His only supporter is his mother. Not even his fathers and sisters support him. Lawyer friend and hubby are glad I learned some valuable life lessons. I don't let my family get away so easily anymore. In the past, I would always try to see the good in people. I still do, but I know that's not always light or right, I assume. I have learned to make my boundaries known, decide which hills I'm willing to die on, and then fight. It's true that justice isn't always as sweet as this. Entitled cousin should have been locked away sooner, in my honest opinion. My children feel safe once again. They sleep better. LeFou, Frou-Frou, and his owners have helped a lot. Nice neighbor and neighbor's wife are real lifesavers. They've known from early on what the exact story was, and they have never asked for anything and gave love, support, and advice and trust in abundance. The children see them as an extra set of family, and nice neighbor and neighbor's wife love to have them at their home. They never could have children. They see their children as honorary nibblings. Eldest especially loves it that he has nice neighbor as another male figure to respect and learn from. In all this mess, nice neighbor gave insights that really helped him. I'm glad I found new family in this mess, and I hope that life will stay this way, at least for a while. I don't know if I'll be posting much after this. The saga of Entitled Cousin and Blabbermouth has finally come to an end. Good luck to you all. Now, we have more slides.
Yes, we do.
Oh gosh. Okay. This is September. Blabbermouth's youngest wants his college fund. Tries different tactics. Oh, honey. Oh, bless his heart. Dear Reddit family, I hope this finds you in good health. Rest assured, this has to do with Blabbermouth's youngest. I reared up some of my posts and accidentally gave him two names, entitled Apple Kid, as he is the apple of Blabbermouth's eye, and Blabbermouth, son of Blabbermouth. To clear things up, I'll use son of Blabbermouth. I liked entitled Apple Kid, but son of Blabbermouth, I guess. For those who follow me, you know that the young man, almost 19 now, had to say goodbye to his college fund from me and hubby as he did something stupid. His dearly beloved parents were not happy as they had very little money left due to court costs and such, so it seems like he needed to get a job to fund his way through college. For some reason, he didn't have one before. I suspect Blabbermouth just paid for everything. He's already starting, but he's not happy with the status quo. He's tried different tactics to get money from us. Before I start, we know that his parents have enough money to pay for the majority of a year of college courses, but not for the books and the other necessary things. Brother-in-law still has a job that pays well enough. We know that he pays in different installments during the year. This is normal here about the funds. And we've had money set aside, but we always make it clear that if we get any information for the college courses we always made it clear that we get any information for the college courses and books. Okay. And we never gave money to prevent we never gave them money to prevent fraud. Every child and parent was aware of this fact. Okay, so they need to know. They want the receipts about how things are paid for and what is paid for in order.
They're paying the university or college directly.
Okay, and then they are paying the university directly. Okay. No shade to OP, but that could have been written better. Attempt 1, ringing the doorbell, explained his situations. My parents don't have enough money to fund it, and I don't have a job, so I told him to get a job. He said he doesn't want to. Oh, that sucks for you, sweetie. That sucks for you. I asked about the situation to see what he would say. Turns out his parents can pay the majority of this year's tuition, but not the books or other years. I told him that I'm glad at least this year's tuition is covered, and he starts whining a bit. I repeated what I had said. He screwed over with his actions towards my children. He was warned, and he was again informed that getting a job was good for him in many ways. After a while, he left fuming. Attempt 2, sending us texts, emails, and letters with, once again, lists of why he should get his money, giving us deadlines to hand over his funds. We ignored this, but saved everything. Attempt 3, he sent us a not so official looking letter from a legal firm demanding that we hand over college funds or legal action would be taken, so he impersonated a lawyer. What is with these people? They're so dumb. Like, I actually can't handle this. They're so dumb. This time I called my lawyer friend and we arranged a video call with brother-in-law, a lawyer, and son of Blabbermouth. We told them we wanted to talk about son of Blabbermouth shenanigans and that his latest one could get him in trouble with the law. Oh, yeah, big time. What he was doing could be considered blackmail, and impersonating a lawyer/law firm is a big no-no as well. Yeah, it's bad. Sorry, something just fell in my eye. Ow. I'm sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. I apologize. I need to pull up my mermaid mirror. I apologize. Ow. Sorry about that. I think we're good now. Okay. He was doing what could be considered blackmail, and impersonating a lawyer/law firm is a big no-no as well. Lawyer friend was having a lot of fun explaining to his son, to the son of Blabbermouth in detail. Then it was my turn. I wanted to set the record straight with son of Blabbermouth. Apparently, he thought his siblings just got money in their bank accounts, and I told him this was not the case. As he was told when he was 15 years old and repeated many times over the years, I got receipts, letters, etc. from brother-in-law and Blabbermouth, and then I paid for it. Not even a cent went into their bank accounts. In the case of money left after college and wanting to use it for a down payment, I was the one to do this in the presence of in this case, his eldest sister, and sent confirmation. Okay. Son of Blabbermouth acted very surprised. Then I asked him why he was insisting on having money in his bank account. A lot of humming and hawing later, he avoided the question, and I told them what I was thinking. He just wanted the money to spend on other things that aren't education related. He blushed. Then he got angry, started ranting, and spilled the beans. He wanted his father to pay for his college and work harder if he couldn't bring up the money. His dad is also very handy and certified, amongst other things. He didn't want to a certified electrician, amongst other things. He didn't want to get a job, but wanted to live the good life with the money while taking college the easy way. The condensed version was something along the lines of, I don't want to work. You have money, and my dad can work extra hard as a handyman. I don't need to work. I want to take it easy with college and have fun. Oh, there are things about brother-in-law I don't like the fact he went along with his wife and her shenanigans. But what I do like is that his children can't sell him any crap. He allows them to make mistakes and has good talks with them. The 4 other children are good young adults or growing into adulthood as decent people. but he's also a very hardworking man and respects other hardworking people deeply. So when his youngest tried to work him to the bone, so son of Blabbermouth could dally a bit, he didn't take it well. And oh heck no, that won't work for brother-in-law. Long story short, brother-in-law said he would deal with it and left the call. Since then, blissful silence. His siblings tell him that his father got a job with a friend alongside a friendly reminder that the son of Blabbermouth can also pay for his own college if he decides to ruin this. Okay? And this is November. Last update. So last month, guys, Coddle Mom has burned every bridge. Why am I not surprised that the stupidity of Coddle Mom lives on? I feel like at this point it's inevitable. Rain, tax, and Coddle Mom being an idiot. I didn't know I would update with news on Coddle Mom, but I have news. Steve and his daughters keep me updated as they can in case Coddle Mom decides that I'm being moved upward on her priority list. The house has been sold and the divorce has been finalized. Since then, since they had renovated their house not long ago, people were very interested and a buyer was found pretty quickly. Coddle Mom and Steve are now officially no longer tied to one another. She walked away with a nice sum and had until the 15th of June to get her things out of the house and find herself a new place to live. Steve had been looking for an apartment since the start of the divorce proceedings and found one. It's quite close to his daughters and their families, and he moved as soon as he could. On to Coddle Mom. I don't have everything clear as my inside informants are not close to her anymore, so some details about what happened might be vague because of this. Coddle Mom agreed on the sale as she got a very nice sum of money. She also seemed to realize that if she did anything now, she would get herself in big trouble. Yet, this wouldn't be Coddle Mom, the Empress of Entitlement, if something weren't to happen. She had a whopping 5 weeks at this moment left to find alternative housing. The buyers offered extra money if they could move. She and Steve gladly accepted. Okay. Her friends have come with a suggestion, offered their homes, and one even managed to find a good apartment for Coddle Mom. But Coddle Mom even went to look at it but rejected the offer. I've seen pictures as her daughter texted them to me. The price was affordable, good neighborhood, nice neighbors as far as I could tell. No major nor minor problems to the apartment itself. It even had the possibility for home care. It seemed like a dream to me, but Coddle Mom said no. Well, why would you reject such nice offers? Because Coddle Mom was still hell-bent on living with one of her daughters for free, of course. Oh my gosh. We know this because her tactic was to wait until the last moment to spring this crap on her daughters. Coddle Mom went to daughter one's house and told her that if the first week of June would be perfect for her to move in with them. Daughter one asked her if she had lost her mind because she isn't moving in with them. Coddle Mom again spouted some things about taking care of your elderly mother is your duty. You owe me this. I paid for your upbringing, so you should pay me back. I have a rant about that type of thinking, and I'm just gonna say this bluntly. If you become a parent, if you do not provide basic shelter and needs to a child, you know what that is? That's CA. That's actually illegal. That is illegal and can get you prison time. Okay? Your children do not need to reward you for not being a criminal parent. Like, I'm sorry. How is this? They are not accountable to you for doing what the law said was the bare minimum. You are insane. Daughter one told me that she used some not so nice words to make it clear what she thought, slammed the door before Coddle Mom could say anything else. To make sure that Coddle Mom got the message, she sent a text, email, and a priority letter, which requires signature for proof of delivery. I love the petty. Telling Coddle Mom that she's not welcome to live at their place and that she will be trespassing if she shows up. The locks were changed just for good measure. Coddle Mom went to her other daughter. She called daughter two and told her, not asked, that she would move in with them in the first week of June. Daughter two told her, heck no, not happening, and then did the same as her elder sister. Good for you. But once again, the entitlement. She didn't take no for an answer and showed up anyway. Oh my gosh, do it for Dan! Yeah, sorry, Lulu's mama just thought, thank you for not killing me when I was younger. Now I owe you? this is the type of dialogue that for me that gets me going because people are all like, people that don't have kids are selfish. Am I the problem? Or is women like her the problem? Just saying. Just saying. Once again, entitlement, she didn't take no for an answer. She showed up anyway, like, do it for Dan. First, at daughter one's house, when she was met with a locked door and daughter number one and her husband shouting from the window to leave or the police would be called. She left. Daughter two was called by her sister for what happened. Daughter two locked her house as well. And as soon as her mother showed up, she called the police. Coddle mom noticed it and left quickly. Now her time is running out. That is what you get when you wait until the last minute to find a new living arrangement. Coddle mom tried her friends. One apparently obliged. There was a catch, though. The friend was apparently in the process of moving and would only have the house for another 2 to 3 months. She didn't mind hosting Coddle mom for 2 months tops so she could find alternative housing. However, Coddle mom would need to sign a form to make sure she would be out in 2 months. Coddle mom didn't like that. Still showed up at her friend's house with some of her belongings. Friend had heard from Coddle mom's shenanigans and didn't let her in unless she signed the form. Coddle mom refused, so her friend didn't let her stay. This woman's so dumb. Coddle mom didn't leave her friend's house quietly. She was heard going on about, I thought I would get to live here. I didn't think you wouldn't let me stay the night. I thought we were friends. Then she tried her daughters again. With no luck and a stern warning from some police officers, this woman is insane. She's actually insane. Oh, wow. Then she called Steve. What? She called her ex-husband? No! Who told her that this was a problem she herself had created? Yup. He offered no assistance. No, not your problem, bro. He told her that she wasn't his responsibility or anything else anymore. She even tried Steve's family members who also refused. Now she's at the point that the transfer was done and she had no home any longer. I know she has managed to find an Airbnb, but no real apartments yet. So this is the story of how Coddle Mom burned the bridges she has in life. And that is it. That is the saga of the sister who demanded a holiday, and this is where we ended up. Multiple people in prison. Multiple divorces. Entitlement is bad. And 2 puppies. Yeah, and the Doberman. But I mean, Le Fou and Frou Frou.
Yes.
Le Fou and Frou Frou. They are the best. They are the best. Well, you guys, can I get some love in the chat for producer sister for going to all that work to putting that all together for us, looking through many stories to find us the sagas that are a lot. Yeah, Lulu's mom, I am drained. Today drained me. Like, yeah, it's all about me.
All right. Of course, it's always about you, isn't it?
Yep. Oh, well, producer sister, thank you so much from me, from this whole community. I so appreciate you. I know many people do appreciate you. Yes, General Scott, this was Jacksonville, the European edition. Pretty much.
Yep.
I agree.
I don't know for sure it's in Europe. I just get the vibe.
Yeah, producer sister said she's not sure if it's in Europe, but she gets that vibe. I do as well. In all fairness, I do.
Especially from the way they spell certain words.
Yeah, the spelling and everything, it be what it be. But I totally get it. Wow. My goodness. This was insane. That was insane. Well, you guys, we are at 2 hours and 20 minutes and almost at 2 hours and 21 minutes, actually. And I think I've got a bit more time to hang out, a couple more minutes. So now would be your last opportunity. If you have comments, questions, last chance to send in any support, all that good stuff, that is where we are at right now. I hope you guys had fun. I know parts of this stream were difficult. But I hope that we did okay. I hope you guys feel, the love here in the community and we're all okay. Danny Scales, hello, it's good to see you, and thank you so much for the super sticker. I am pulling back up my feed so I can see which one it is. It's the pear? It's the pear. I like pears. Oh, it's the... Thank you very much, Danny. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Oh, yeah. Chris Barber, I should have left the house an hour ago. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not the pear. Do any of you guys watch the parodies of the Kardashians? I can't remember her name. Linda, if you're in the chat, like, you know exactly what I'm talking about because we send them back and forth to each other. She's this lady and she does impressions of Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney Kardashian. She plays all of them. And it's even like when she plays like Kourtney, she gets these like post-it notes and she cuts them into little strips and puts them all on her fingernails. So she has these ridiculously long nails. And it's always, Kim just being like, I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe she just say that. And then Khloe is always like, not the pear. It's always not the whatever. And then Kourtney is obsessed with everything being organic. So it's always something to the effect of like, we should have organic Candyland. It has to be organic. And she always kind of says something like, yeah. Yeah. So that's just kind of become a thing now that we make jokes about not the blank, whatever it is, and also the yeah. 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 We should watch that. I love parodies. You know what? Let me see if I can find one. Let me see what I can find. Because I don't think we're going to get hit on that. I give all the credit to this individual. She is amazing. I love her. Let me see here. Yeah, I am going to put the URL of her channel in the chat. Because she is great. And I'm not quite sure how to say her username. So I apologize for my ignorance on that front. Let me see here. You know what? We're already limited and we're far enough. No, I'm not going to flirt with that one. Sorry. It's so hard to pick one. Oh my gosh. I may have to go through and find them and actually like find the right ones to share with you because she has a lot of them and I can't remember what's in all of them and I don't want to like get in trouble. Yeah. It's a Candyland one that always gets me. It's ridiculous. So good. Yeah, Yuri. Yeah. Jalissa just said, I love watching her skits. She's funny. Yeah, she's so good. She's so good. They have one where they just talk about it's an actual spoof off of the show that they were going to throw a Candyland party for the kids apparently, and Kourtney just made a fuss that everything had to be organic. Like she wanted a cake made of grass. And Kim was like, no one's going to like that. Like nobody wants that. And Kourtney's just like, did you ask them? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Like as if because that's what we want. If we're gonna have a Candyland party, we all want grass cake, right? Just saying. Yeah, exactly, Reno. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's so good. And it's very I have not watched the Kardashians in a long time, but it felt very accurate. It felt very, very accurate. But yes, the now lives rent free in this house. Between my husband and I. Yeah. Aw, thank you. I do a good Kourtney. It's very much just the question. It's the question at the end of everything and the little bit of the like the nasally. It's funny. It's funny. But yeah, Chloe's like, not the Candyland or not the organic. It's great. What? Carbonized when I feel like a horse. I eat grass cake. What does that mean? Do you feel like a horse often? I'm on a horse. I just realized Jackie Swan, I don't know if I said that you had been a member for a month. She said, thank you, Kim, for this wonderful community. Thank you for being a part of it for a month. We so appreciate you. And Jackie Swan, thank you for the $5 super sticker I just saw. Oh, let me open it back up. I gotta see which one it is. It's the laughing pear? Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm a laughing pear right now. That's funny. Carbonized Stardust. I'm being sarcastic. I never actually feel like a horse, but they obviously do. My problem too now when I hear people be like something about a horse, I immediately get that Old Spice commercial of the I'm on a horse stuck in my head and it won't leave. That's my ADHD though. That's my 84K. It just shows up and goes, hi. Remember this random moment? Now it's gonna live like rent free in your head for like 4 weeks. Have fun. Oh, yeah. Oh gosh, Lulu's mom, are you organic? Yeah, grass or grass. This isn't a members only stream. We're not gonna go. Oh, Cheryl E. So who would you say is the smartest Kardashian? Oh gosh. Okay. I honestly have very complicated opinions about the Kardashians that I don't think everybody probably wants to hear my whole thought process, but I would say from like a psychology perspective, I do find them to be rather fascinating. Um, I have things about them that I don't like, and I have things about each of them that I do like. Um, in all fairness. So like, I think at the end of the day, Kim is a smart person. In all fairness, she has passed the baby bar. She does have multiple successful businesses. She has managed to take a career that for most people that would not have been sustainable and make it into an empire. And I cannot, you know, like not give her credit for that because I know that it must be in a massive amount of work to be able to maintain. But at the same time, Kim, there's people that are dying. Some things are just really, really silly. Some things are really, really silly. I think Chloe is a very smart woman. I will say the way that she handled herself through what happened with her ex-husband, Lamar, was a sight to behold of a woman of integrity that handled a situation that must have been incredibly overwhelming and upsetting. And she went over and above to take care of him when really he did not deserve it. And I think that says a lot about who somebody is when that happened. And I honestly just hope that she's happy. And I don't really have any ill will towards her. Courtney, I totally understand why she's having issues with her family, why she's frustrated, all those things. And I think if it's best for her to be away from them, that's good. If that makes her happy, I think that is good. However, I think the conflict between her and Kim, honestly, I don't pick a side. I think they're both in the wrong. And I think Courtney is, as much as she says that other people seem to be out of touch, from what I've gathered, I think she is out of touch as well. They both are. Kendall, I fear for her being able to feed herself after I saw the way that she cut with a knife. I hope she has remedied that since. Because my goodness. But I mean, good for Kendall. She has improved a lot with her walking. I think she's working hard at her career. Good for her. Happy for her. Don't really have an issue with her. And Kylie, I think kind of the same thing. I'm happy for her in the sense that she took a situation where she found something that she liked. She made a business out of it. She made a butt ton of money. Good for her. I hope she's had a good couple of years realizing things and having kids and naming her baby Wolf or whatever she's up to. And good for her. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like they all have stuff about them that drives me nuts, but they also have stuff about them that I think isn't necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, exactly. Shirley, step away from the knives until you take some basic cooking skills. Please call Haley. Doesn't she have like a cooking show that she could teach you how to cut with knives? Or was that just she just wanted to be like Selena and she actually doesn't know what she's doing? I don't know. I haven't actually watched it, but I will say in the Haley Bieber Selena Gomez conflict, I am firmly seated in the Selena Gomez section. The fan energy is ridiculous. Carrie Clough has been a member for 6 months, said, love you. You two women are great. Well, thank you so much. I love the hearts and the unicorns. That's awesome. Oh, so, King Bob, they're Jenners. That doesn't count. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's like, Team Selena. Ditto with Selena. That is the only correct answer. I actually had to explain that drama to my mother the other day. It was really funny because I said in jest, like I just said, because God's timing is always right. And she's like, well, it is. And I'm like, I have to explain this now. It was awkward. It was awkward. It was super awkward. But yeah, you go, Selena. You go, Selena. Live your life. Live your life and have a great life. Yep. Team Selena, 100%. 100%. Oh, yep. Selena is awesome. Oh my goodness. Cheryl E just asked, ItsKim, do you watch Heartland? My daughter and I love that series. Um, I don't really watch it. I think there was a while that it was on in my house at some point, and I think I saw some of it, and I did actually read. Mom was watching it, and I did actually read the books when I was like young. Um, and that was always kind of my thing that I was always like, this isn't like the books. And it bothered me. I was that person. So yeah, I'm not big on TV though. In all honesty, I'm really not. Um, I'm a much more I watch a lot of internet content, and I'm really not big in movies either. In all honesty, I'm not. And I'm noticing more and more that I'm becoming that because 9 times out of 10, I just hear people complaining about TV shows and movies. And if I'm gonna if I'm gonna spend the time and watch something, I want to make sure that it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't have time. I don't have time. And so if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna watch something that I'm really, really gonna enjoy. I don't want to be disappointed. But yeah, I know Heartland was filmed. Carbonize just said it was filmed in Alberta, which is great, all for Canadian television, and I'm glad for their success because I think they've done very, very well. So I just asked, does your hoodie say Coca-Cola? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I got it a number of years ago in Club Cool in Epcot in Disney. Yep. Let me see here. Marion just asked me, do you have any opinion on the John Majors drama? I do. I do. I talked about it a bit in the comments on the popcorn stream yesterday. Now, I want to be clear that I haven't done a massive deep dive into this. I could know more about this topic. So please understand that my opinion may be incomplete because I don't have everything. I think they, from what I've seen, were both in the wrong. I think that his legal team was atrocious. And I hope that he's able to appeal that in particular. But I have always been of the belief that, how do I word this? Something I said on the show yesterday was that I can only look at my life and think about things through my perspective, truly. And my perspective is definitely from a female gaze. And I have learned that if someone wants my purse, wants my phone, you know, you give it to them. which is really sad. But the thing is, like, you want to survive. In those moments, you want to survive. And then you follow up with legal action as you see fit. I wish John had done that. And I'm not saying that it's fair. I'm not saying that it's the way that it should be, but what I am saying is that it's the way that it is. And that sucks. If that makes any sense. I'm interested to hear other people's opinions. I think it's a very layered issue. And it has a lot of points that are interested. And I try to focus directly on what the charges are as opposed to the legal, like whatever discussion is surrounding it. I look directly at what is this charge for? Why is it here? Yeah. Exactly. Carbonize your property isn't worth your life. Nope. It's not. It's not. So that's kind of how I felt about that. Oh. Let me see here. Well, guys, I think we're starting to wind down. Here is your last option. You let me know what you guys are thinking, what you're saying. I love how you guys are just talking about Heartland. Like, when is Heartland coming back? I gotta know what's happening with Amy and Ty. I don't even know if they're still in the show anymore, how that's working. Well, no problem, Marianne. No problem. Again, not pretending to be an expert on the issue at all. At all. I'm just not. I just don't know. Oh, apparently. Oh, it's saying we're back monetized now. It'll probably go back again later. I don't know. We're just going ping pong. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. Oh, Asher's Mama just said, I left a message for you on Instagram. I will take a look. Thank you. I can't always respond to everything on Instagram. It's a lot. But I do try when I can. Yeah. Jackie Swan just said she's crazy. Like Amber. I just wish he hadn't pushed her. And that's the thing. Like, I don't understand how he can be charged for trying to take his phone, yet she is not being charged for taking the phone. This is where my brain goes, I don't get. I don't understand. I am confusion. Like, I don't get that. But it is what it is. And you know, he did show conduct that was not appropriate. So that's it. Hi, Kyle. Just sweet and na. Yeah, Katie, yeah, she literally chased him. She did. Like, that's what I mean. They both, like, I feel like for me as a judge, I would have been like, you both shouldn't be together and you both need counseling. Period. Oh, Emily just said, Kim, do you crochet? No, I do not, but my mom does. My hands suck. So that is definitely not in the cards for me. I am not good with my hands. Not good with my hands at all. Oh. Yeah. Sarai just said she should have been charged with attacking him and taking his phone. I agree. Here's the thing. I am here for equality. Sorry, something just happened outside of the room. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Oh, Emily, me too, and I'm making them worse. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I do feel that this is the result AH wanted. I mean, it could be possible. And like Carbonite said, he did, but I think she's more in the wrong. They both were in the wrong. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That whole case was just a roller coaster. Like, just a constant, I don't even know what's happening. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, I am going to wind down. I am so happy you all came here today. I will ask that you would please consider leaving a comment at the end of the video When it's done, the outro will play for a few seconds, and then you can reload and leave a comment. And that just tells YouTube that not only was this video actively engaged with when it was alive, but it also is actively engaged with when it is a standalone video, which helps me a lot with the algorithm. And especially considering the content today, that would be very, 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 very much appreciated. It makes a huge difference. Please don't think for a second that it doesn't, because it does. And I will see you guys next week. I will keep you posted. I do want to let you guys know 2 things quickly before I turn off. The first is I had to end the stream very quickly on Monday because I received a text message. Everything is fine. Story for another day, but everyone is fine. Everything is fine. And I will say, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like over the next week. The holidays are crazy enough as it is. And there are some surgeries happening in my family over the next week or so, which may complicate things. But again, everyone is going to be fine. It's fine. But if my family needs me, my family needs me. So that's just all I'm going to say about that. And I will see you all on the next show. And happy holidays to everybody. Stay safe. Have a good time. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you soon. Much love.